Just a quick disclaimer, this was supposed to be part 2 of the sister episode, but unfortunately we had such significant sound issues that the episode was literally unlistenable. I tried to save it, but I couldn't, but I'm so sorry guys. Hopefully we can have my sister back soon and film another episode and have a good time. But as for right now, enjoy the episode.
This is not a drill, this is how I feel. Pop champagne, I'ma do it for the thrill. Escape with me, I'm saying maybe we could take off and then land on a jet ski. Baby, I hold it tight, top shelf with it.
A really good sweet watermelon in the summer, outside by the pool, with like you're having a sandwich and chips or barbecue.
But here's what's ironic.
Ooh.
I love watermelon, but I cannot stand watermelon juice.
Oh, like I don't like
Like
it.
if somebody blended up watermelon, and for watermelon, I remember we did that as kids.
I was gonna say
because my mother used to blend up everything. I don't care how long people been doing smoothies
and like juicing
my mother,
and things.
She was the originator. Like she was blending up leaves, plants, all kind of stuff back when we were kids.
The juicer.
And I mean papaya juice, you name it. And one time I did watermelon juice and I was like, it didn't taste like I thought it was gonna taste.
I don't like watermelon flavored stuff. I don't like watermelon flavored stuff. Like if there's like a slushy and it's watermelon flavored, no thank you. Candy watermelon flavor. I don't like watermelon.
Oh, I could do watermelon candy. If it's a drink, it can have watermelon, but it can't just be watermelon.
Here's my ish. Watermelon flavored things don't taste like watermelon to me. You know what I mean? You know how like a flavor versus like the actual thing, like the discrepancy.
The discrepancy between the two.
Yeah, for watermelon,
But,
the discrepancy is like way too big. I don't like it. It tastes like a sour something in a way that I
sour sop.
And I love sour things, but I don't like it. But you know what I do like? Banana versus banana flavor. I like both of those things, and they are different. Banana flavor is different than banana.
You know what I don't like? I love now laters, but I
popsicle.
can't stand banana now laters.
I don't even think I've ever had one. And you like now laters a lot. I
love apple and I love pineapple. Pineapple is my favorite.
You love pineapple now laters.
I don't know,
so
since
much.
Jimbo got me a whole box.
I was gonna say he be.
I told him, I said I would do anything for pineapple annihilators.
Mom, I remember.
Goes to the store, brings back.
He heard that and said, "And I'll do you one better.
I'll raise you
see
5.
your one and I'll raise you 5." Literally.
Yeah.
But no, do you remember? You might remember because you were the one buying them at a certain point. The banana popsicles, they were like a double popsicle. And they banana flavored.
Yeah, those were good.
I haven't had those since I was a child. Those are really freaking good.
Those were good.
Ooh,
but I'm real particular.
Than banana,
like I love banana nut muffins. I love bananas.
I really love anything.
I just
banana
don't want it.
so
I just don't
much.
want the candy.
Well, I haven't really had banana flavored candy.
You know what I think is the worst
maybe
candy?
Runts.
Other than black licorice?
Why I don't like black licorice.
Butterscotch.
You don't like butterscotch?
But I will take a butterscotch. If I'm in church, my mouth has no taste.
Mom, I was going to say.
My mouth has no taste?
Mom.
It's either the no taste in my mouth or the butterscotch.
I was going to say, but the minute you said that, I was going to say, but you would take a butterscotch in church, and I know that you would. Because you're the type, you just be like, you'll say, I need something. I just need
like
something.
When we go to get massage, they'll have peppermint in there. They'll have the spicy.
And you're going to have it.
Hot, and they'll have the butterscotch. And I'm like, I don't want peppermint. I don't want
I don't
fiery.
like that red hot stuff.
Red hot.
I don't like
I gotta be in the mood for red hot.
When I was a kid, I feel like people had them a lot. Is that just me? Wasn't that popular or something during that time?
It was at the bottom of somebody's church purse.
It was. I wasn't really feeling them. I'm
it's
like
that church purse candy.
No,
but
literally.
When you're in church, you want it because your mouth tastes like nothing.
You know what's a good bottom of the purse candy though? It's 2. The little swirl.
Werther's.
Yes, that is the name.
Werther's.
Huh? That is the name.
Do you know
Let
that
me
is
pull it
some
up
of
because I
my
have to see
favorite
the
candy?
picture. Like in life?
It's the caramel.
You know what? And you're not wrong. You're not wrong.
That is some of my favorite candy.
I need to pull it up.
Werther's Original. That's what it's called.
Mom, the swirl one with the strawberry.
The straws.
Oh wait, I think this is it. Hold on, let me type in
Werther's.
Strawberry cream. Thank you.
Werther's candy.
Mom, Graham used to have those. And then also, you know, like the strawberry candy where the wrapper is a strawberry? Them are fire. Jerry, you know what I'm talking. See, look at him nodding their head.
That's the candy that's at the massage place
where the wrapper is a strawberry.
Yeah,
I don't think I've looked at it.
You never put your fingers.
I do. I
in
take
there.
a green one because personally,
green
I like
one?
the winter green as opposed to just regular peppermint. Thank you. Yeah.
Sometimes peppermint and winter green. Like there are times it's the perfect
It's a
time
little
for it, and there are
overwhelming.
times
It's a little
too strong.
It's a little overstimmy. I'm not gonna lie.
But
It's just like, oh, that's a bit intense for
I
the
didn't
moment.
know you took anything in there.
Yes, I'll do the green. Wait, you're right. They do have those strawberry ones. I like
But
those.
are you, let me ask you this. Are you looking forward to the trip on Monday?
Yeah. Here's the thing. And this is always like a thing with me.
Well, the trip on Monday is a brand deal.
It is. It is.
To California.
Yes. There's always a couple things for me. Whenever I have to fly somewhere to film something, there's always like a level of nervousness because I'm like, oh well, then I have to perform. Like when I film something by myself, I don't have to perform. I'm just turning on the camera. But when it's even when it's a brand deal, I don't have to perform. I'm just turning on the camera. When I have to go somewhere on a set and do something, I'm like, oh, it's like a different
You know why?
level.
Because first of all, you have to be on. You feel like you have to be on.
Yes.
And with the expectations you put upon yourself, now it's like, suppose I'm not doing what I'm supposed to be doing.
No, literally.
And here, let me just say this about like just being your mom and the mom of a content creator full time. A huge part of my job is constantly talking
Running
you off the
interference.
ledge. Running interference. And
Okay, yeah.
sometimes it requires that, but like it's constantly trying to help you calibrate so that you don't always like either overthink something or be too hard on yourself about something.
Yeah.
Or, for example, planning, like how too many things come into one.
Yeah.
And it overwhelms you.
It does. I also just okay, the company that we're working with, we've had like a long-standing relationship. I have a bad habit of when I have like a long-standing good relationship, this is with anything, not even just with content creating. In my head, I'm like waiting for the moment where I like disappoint them. You know what I mean?
Right.
Where
And
I
that goes back to doomsday.
which is like so unfortunate.
That goes back to like,
yeah, like that's actually ridiculous because it's like, who would even think that like things are going good and you like find a way to turn it like in your mind? But it's like, that's just a whole other
and
story.
I think I would be okay with it if it was a fleeting thought. But sometimes like you let it marinate.
Yeah.
It becomes like your whole way of thinking for that moment.
It does.
And then after everything turns out fine, you're like, that was great. I really enjoyed that.
Right.
Oh my gosh.
And that's why I want to work on it because I'm like, I should be able to enjoy it top to bottom. It shouldn't be a thing of like, I don't get to enjoy until after it's done because then are you really enjoying the moment? You know what I mean? And then also like, I've always kind of, make sure you don't bump that mic, child. I've always been a nervous person. Like even with dance, I love dance, but like the thought of performing, like it'd be show day and I'm like, I'm going to be sick to my stomach. I'm waking up, I'm heading to the toilet. Like my stomach is just always in knots at the thought of performing, even though it's something that I like to do. I don't know how to explain. But so it's really hard for me sometimes to be like, oh, I'm so excited because I'm like, well, I'm ready for it to be over. And I'm ready to see the product. And I'm ready to like see how it's gonna go. More so, I'm usually just ready to like edit everything once it's finished. But
you know what?
I just be nerved.
For you, when I think about the things that you have to do, I think you just put way too much on yourself, way more on yourself than you need to. And I want to.
Well, yes.
I want you to be able to free yourself. Like that's the other thing. I can't free you from that.
Yeah.
We were just having that conversation upstairs before we came downstairs. Just like, how do I help you navigate? This is what's hard about
literally free Shari
being in a position where I'm, helping to manage you and still being your mom. And at the end of the day, looking at you as a human being. Like she is a human being and she has to be able to function optimal.
Yeah.
I'm not on some survival mode. Those days are over. Like we don't have to function in survival. I want you to thrive. I don't know if thrival is a word, but from survival to thrival.
I'm like overthinking all of it.
You're overthinking.
But I'm not always putting stuff into place per se.
Yeah, I was gonna say, here's the thing.
Yeah.
You might plan things and I always get excited when you finally get a calendar, because when you don't get a calendar, you're really spiraling because everything is up in here, right? But you have your calendar, you're crossing things out, but sometimes it's the way in which you manage the time. You're always putting more on you than you realize. Like you don't realize.
You'll be like, you could have gave that up. Like you could have
gave that up, or you could have done that later.
Yeah.
Or you could have not agreed to go on that trip at that date because that's too close of a time from coming from here. And when you're planning it sounds exciting. Like, oh, I'm going here.
Yeah.
I'm doing there. But when you're in the thick of things.
For clarification, the current traveling that I'm doing is not like stuff that it's like I'm just opting for. Like, oh, I'm just going to do this. I'm just going to do that.
Well, this one that's coming up, is a brand deal. but
Yeah, but I'm saying Sydney stuff. She's talking about that a while back.
oh
And
yeah,
like I
definitely.
was gonna be. It's her birthday
Yeah,
thing.
that was in place.
And then like Toronto as well. So there hasn't
Yeah.
really been anything
Yeah.
that I'm not. Even Sydney's birthday. Like it's my sister's 30th birthday. You know what I mean?
Right.
So nothing right now is me.
But
like,
you know what?
having
So then that goes
anything.
back to self-management.
Yeah, for sure.
So if none of it has anything to do with like I'm putting too much on my plate, like how are you self-managing? And if you're not self-managing at all, that's problematic because that takes us back to survival mode.
Yeah. Mom, I can't.
It's really hard. And you know I've said this to you before. Shari says she listens to me. And when it comes to certain things, like, and you could probably figure out what those certain things are. But Shari don't really listen to me. And it's not like I want her to listen to me just for the sake of listening to me. But I'm from the outside. I'm looking at her. I hear all the things. I see all the things. So I can ahead of time saying like, this is not good.
You really know where the bodies are buried. For real. Like I guess I'm thinking about it now because I'm like, it's always been a recurring thing where everybody's just thinking I'm having everything so together. Like, because I guess I'm good at like presenting that way. And I'm like, and let mom tell it. And let mom tell it.
And I think the biggest thing is, and it's like a roller coaster ride. And if
roller coaster.
Hopefully it's not a big deal to you because I mean, therapy is a regular part of life, I guess, for most people. But it's like, that's why I'm always suggesting to you, like, Shari, you need to go back to therapy. Because let me just tell you this. Let me look you in your eye. Hold my hand. You got to reach across. Why are you closing your eyes? Okay. Closer.
Ooh,
okay.
mama.
Listen, during therapy, that was your most healthiest time.
It was.
Like, you were just, to see that version of you was like, I felt like I had done something right as a mom. Like, she knew she needed some therapy and she went and I mean, you did your research, you found the person, and I could just tell, like, even though, like you said, oh my gosh, every time all I do is cry, you were growing and you were thriving. Like, when things would come up, you were ready for it. So it just goes to show you, I'm not saying, first of all, I think at some point everybody needs therapy because there are things you have to unpack from your childhood that affects your present and your future. But not everybody needs therapy consistently all the time.
Yes, sorry,
like,
listening. I'm checking.
It doesn't mean you have to go to therapy. Everybody has to go every week. But there are those moments where like, you know what? There are some things that are, I still have not quite worked through, and I need to work through them. And having the wherewithal to do that, that's a big deal too. Because as much as I was a proponent of therapy, it took me a while to lock it in for me.
The food.
As I'm talking to you, I'm 2 weeks overdue on my therapy session. Like, I was supposed to do one 2 weeks
I thought
ago.
you went every 2 weeks.
I started going every 3 weeks. And she actually sent me an email.
Oh, you're saying overdue.
I'm overdue.
Oh, got you. I'm thinking
and she actually sent me an email like, I know you're busy traveling. Don't forget. She doesn't hound me or bug me. But she knows that if I let it, I'll just let it kind of slip.
As if you let it.
So I just, that's what's hard for me. We're constantly having to figure out boundaries.
Yeah, you're good.
Yeah, they're here.
You saw him crawl under that?
Like, I saw him be gentle all of a sudden.
Yeah, all of a sudden is correct. But yes, what you're saying.
What was I saying to you? Yeah, it's hard. Like, we literally, our roles, like, I'm your mom first.
Yeah.
Right? And then I manage your brand.
And honestly, that's why, like,
What's so funny?
Because you'll be like, Shari, you don't like listen to me. Like, you don't listen to anything I'm saying.
Yeah, like when I switch roles, you don't want to switch with me.
I know that's why
You don't want to
I'm like, that's kind of where the difficulty comes in, because as my mom, like as an adult, and it's because when I say no, like, you like listen to me. Like in life, if you're like, Shari did it, and if I'm like, no, absolutely not, you're like, like you do give me like space to say no. But I think it's sometimes when we're talking about like business and stuff, you're like, you don't need to be like saying, Like, you're not forcing me of anything, but I can see your frustration when it's a thing of like, no, this is not a mom thing. This is like, I'm your manager and you're just like telling me no and like shutting it down.
Yeah,
And
like
I'm like,
like I said, I'm your mom, I'm your brand manager, and then I'm also your colleague, coworker. Like
yeah.
we do this podcast together, right? So that's on a whole different level. Remember, we had to like
Ooh,
figure out some things as
we
it
did.
related to like, because you like to edit, but yeah,
Dude, because I would be editing night full transparency. Oh,
go
a
ahead, give
bone.
them full transparency.
I would be because we post on Sundays. I would be editing literally like morning of, night before, morning of, and I wouldn't like always be explaining to you. Which now looking back, I'm like, and that actually was crazy work because you're knowing nothing, and then I'm like feeling away.
Like I'm trusting that she's gonna edit it. Like the
Yes.
last thing I want to do is hound you about editing because I respect editing. I know how
Mm-hmm.
much work it takes. I know it can be intense, right?
Yeah.
So the whole week passes. I'm not
You're
hearing
hearing
anything. I'm
nothing.
just hoping it's ready.
Yeah. And I'm like,
Now,
I should have been cluing you in.
right. But here's the other thing. Although you edit, we post together because it's two platforms.
Yeah.
It's YouTube, it's
TikTok. It's Spotify.
Spotify. I'm sorry. It's four
It's TikTok,
platforms.
it's Instagram, it's Spotify, it's YouTube.
Right. And then
Yeah.
there's certain things that gotta go, and here's the reel before we, so that we can release this just when the podcast is released.
All that.
And so when I'm not getting a text with the reel, when I'm not saying, okay, mom, I got this ready. I need you to get this ready. Mom, do the blurb. Mom, I need you to go ahead and add the tags. Like, I'm not hearing any of that. Now I'm getting nervous because your mom is managing her own anxiety.
Yeah. And I'm with you.
I'm trying to make sure. So
Yeah.
I think, and I don't know, we have to work through that, but I think we need to talk about how, like, with the mom thing and the manager thing, that's when it really becomes a thing.
We actually still haven't figured it out, is the funny part. Mind you, I've been doing this full time for how many?
It's been
how
over
many?
3 years now. About March.
Okay,
made
because I
3
was telling
years.
Sakina last night, I was like, I think it's been like 3 years.
You always forget 2022
I do always forget. Huh?
and March. I always remember that's when your sandwich video went
You
viral.
always remember.
And that June was when you went on the cruise.
And you know what I'm just gonna appreciate real quick?
What?
You're gonna remember the dates. You're gonna remember, like, mom, the way you remember like past deals, you'd be like, oh, I remember it was for this amount of money and it was for this people, and they said this,
That's
that, and the
right.
third. And at
That's right.
3:30 on January the 2nd, they said like you always remember all of it. I'm
Because
like,
I
"Ooh,
was
thank you.
I was all in, and let me just say this: working a 9 to 5 while your child is sending you
Ooh, because let's talk about that part
text
of it.
messages
Man,
while I'm like
Mom.
in the middle of like
a meeting.
a meeting
And I'm literally
that
like,
I'm facilitating.
I'm like, mom, lock in, because this is happening. Like,
Mom,
I would be
they
trying
just
to.
check your email. Check your email right now.
Yes.
This is the offer. We need such and such, such and such. And I'm just like,
I'm like, I need you to email them back right now.
like, Shari, right now I'm in a meeting.
Oh,
And
my
I'm
gosh.
actually over the meeting.
I'm
So,
running it.
I'm
I'm
running
pausing
it.
actually the meeting to text you back.
Right.
Then that's when I'm getting on the email, pretending to be you. I'm like making a little draft. You're coming and correcting it.
I will say this, we did find hacks for how to
We
work
found
through
hacks.
it. Because I'm like, just give me the deets. Once you give me the deets, then I can finesse the email.
Excuse me.
I can do the rest. But it was like having to turn my brain like, okay, this on or this on ice just for a second. Turn this on. Okay, remind me of this. And what was that? So once I was in, I was all
Dude.
in. So I'm not going to forget. I'm not going to forget how some of those brands did. I remember it was 3 brands that took about 3 months to pay you. You had done it in November, December,
Yes.
and you didn't get your first payment. It was
Carter,
supposed to come.
back up. Sorry, he was right up
Yeah.
under that camera.
Your first payment was supposed to come the end of January.
Yeah.
And it's
See?
like,
You remember the dates.
how long is she supposed to be waiting?
Mom, I'll never forget, like, each person that we were contacting, it was all like, oh, well, our like system is updating, da-da-da. Come to think of it, like maybe they were all using the same system and it was like being revamped, but they weren't communicating enough.
But you know me.
You were calling them.
I was calling them. And my thing is, that same energy that you had when you're trying to strike a deal with us and you wanted Shari
Thank
to be on this
you.
brand, I need you to keep that same energy with this payment.
I'll actually do you one better. The timing in which you wanted the content submitted, and notice how I submitted it
That
5
early.
million days early. have the same exact urgency.
Have that same urgency.
Yeah, and they had really
'Cause they're
played,
like,
Mom. I forgot about that.
Yeah, they're like, we really need this. This campaign is
We're on a
happening.
strict
It's starting.
timeline.
We're on a strict
What if I'm on a
timeline.
timeline about that?
I'm like, she on a timeline to pay her bills.
That's what I'm
She
saying.
on
I'm
a timeline to
like,
save money to get her own place.
please.
How about that timeline? And I'm telling you, I had to stay pretty calm. And we would just talk about things because you would be so cautious. Mom, I'm like, no, Shari, know your worth.
Because I was always scared.
Yeah, you were always scared. And what was I
Nah.
always telling you?
Taylor's
We don't
oldest
lead in
time,
fear.
really.
Huh?
Yeah, I said Taylor's oldest time, really. No. Oh my gosh, our first
our first meeting.
Official meeting.
I said our mantra.
No. Hold on. I'm just talking, whatever. Mom, and you're just at your computer typing away. And I'm like, and what could she possibly be doing? I finished talking. You said, so I've made a set of norms. I'm like, okay. And the first thing was like, I think it was that, like, we don't do anything in fear.
I said, because if we operate in fear, like, to me, that's a recipe for disaster.
Disaster.
You know, we just kind of, and yes, there were some deals we didn't want to lose because we were figuring it out.
We were building,
There's not a book out there on how to land, like with this whole social media thing. Everybody is something different. The research you did, you were like, I don't know how much to charge, you know, and what I did find is even when we finally got your lawyer and we secured her, she was asking us certain things because it's so new.
Yeah.
There was no real precedence established.
We would like be hitting the ground running. Like we would go to the dinner table and be like, look, we have to just figure out everything right this second because this is happening. They're asking for it today. We don't even know what that word means.
Right. And here's what was funny. And I don't know if we said this on our first video, but the reason why I kind of got involved with her is because when that first ramen noodle brand,
Rapid Ramen Cooker
reached out to you
for $150.
You were like, $150. She was like, Mom, I don't know what to say. And she was nervous. And I'm like, I don't want them to take advantage of her. I said, first of all, Shari, you shouldn't be replying from your email because they're thinking they're talking to you.
That's actually the exact words you said, and I'm pretty sure. Like, I'm pretty sure you said that verbatim.
They need to think they're talking to your representative.
Yeah, or else.
And then I said, let me get this Mission 02 project email because that's that's the email I had when I was doing my own thing.
Yeah.
And so, sure enough, did that. Do you remember how?
What?
When people would ask us, they would say, send us your rates. And I'm in Canva creating a professional
as if we just
rate card.
Had the rate card sitting on ready. Like that's how we would
I remember that last rate. The first rate card
it was a little rinky-dink. Like you did your best.
I did my best. I did my best work.
Yes.
But my second rate card.
Oh man.
Do you remember that one? It was like
Mom,
two of them.
This is so like memories. I forget that like this was our humble beginnings.
This was our humble beginnings. And I sent those rate cards out and I felt proud because by the time you got with the agency, what they said you should be asking for was what we started asking for.
Yes.
A lot of the matter of fact, as we were in that first meeting with the agency, I counted there were at least 6 different roles. There were 6 different people that were doing 6 different things. And I was doing all of them.
6. Mom, whoa, I forget about this, man.
I was half crazy. I used to get off of work. Get out at 3:30. We could leave by 3:45. I would get home by 4:15, 4:30. And sometimes you were relentless. You like, Mom, we got to work this out. I'm like, Shari, I just got home. I was like, can I go use the bathroom?
You know what it was?
Can I grab a snack?
Yes. You know what it was? It's like, I was trying to get you like while you're still on a roll, you know what I mean? That we can get it done with and that way you can come down.
Yeah.
Because
I wasn't going to let myself completely decompress.
Because I'm like, if you completely relax, I'm like, I'm going to leave you alone. Like, I hate to when somebody's relaxed, come and be like, hey, so let me just actually jack your heart rate back up. Like, no.
But yeah, and you know me, and when you think about it, because we're kind of wired similarly, like, there's something that needs to be done. Yeah. So I'm not at peace.
That's true.
You know what I'm saying? So it was like
a fly is in here.
And then so sometimes I'd be like, the minute I get in front of it, I'm like, okay, so Shari, give me the backstory again.
Yeah, you'd be like, what's the context? Like, what have they said? And then I'm like, okay, so I was telling them it. Then sometimes I would have an attitude depending on what they've said, what they've done.
I'm like, Shari, calm down. You're getting too emotional.
Yeah.
And I'm like, all right, what did the contract? You read the contract. I looked over it. Did it say anything about such and such? Y'all, we was looking at contracts.
We were so good for the contract. That's how we
Honestly,
realize that a lot of them will get away with what they can get away with, even if
mm,
it's against the contract, because they
right,
rely on you not knowing.
right.
However, there were certain sections that we knew to go ahead and look at in
Yeah.
advance.
In retrospect, I know you and ChatGPT are not best friends and you're not even friends.
I hate it.
But you know what I would have done in retrospect? I would have attached the contract and said, please identify
Ouch.
the areas that we need to be concerned about as it relates to making sure my daughter gets fair. Like that, I would have used it to identify things that we really need to zone in on. That way, we read the whole thing anyway, but I would have loved, or please take this
We were
language.
reading
Please,
contracts
this was before we got the lawyer.
and put it in layman's
And
terms.
put it in layman's terms. I would have loved to have done that. But I mean, but we persevered. And when
We
let me tell you something.
persevered.
When
Like,
we got your lawyer, you couldn't tell me that was right before
woo, Bobby.
your commercial deal.
Mm-hmm.
But you know what? I always
The
knew
first
that.
one, to
I
be
knew
clear.
I knew at some point
We
you were
gonna
gonna need a
have
lawyer.
to, yeah.
Right?
And whoa.
But I said, for now, let's save our money
Mom,
till we absolutely need it.
yes. It was the best thing because she was finding things where it's like, oh my gosh, and suppose we didn't think about that. Suppose we didn't think about this. Like,
Right.
it was so
Right.
helpful. And sometimes I look back, Mom, and I forget kind of. It's easy to forget because things are actually moving faster every year. Each year that we do this, things move faster
And I'm
and
glad
more
you're
and
saying that,
bigger.
because the other thing is sometimes, like, let's talk about the droughts. There were times where, and a drought might be, it's
Yeah.
always like in the beginning of the year. Sometimes you might get some at the beginning of the year, and then
Yeah.
it's like dry the rest of January, February,
What I had to realize is, I'm like, are they droughts?
holidays.
Yes.
Yeah.
Are they droughts or are like ads just running at a certain like schedule for most companies?
Right.
We eventually realized that where it's like, oh no, during this time of year, this is gonna ramp
Yeah.
up.
And I'm calling it a drought simply because
Mhm.
it was not as much
It
stuff
was.
coming through.
But actually nowadays, it ain't really droughts for real. As the
Yeah.
years go by, it's like more and more and more, which I'm thankful for.
Yeah.
But I almost forget sometimes, like from whence we've come.
From
Like,
whence we've come.
we literally, Mom,
We've
like
come
we
we've
roughed
come a long
it.
way, and so it's been at now a year and a half since you've been content creating for 3.5 years. Well, yeah, because
Yeah.
you started in 2022, and
Yes.
it's July now, right? But you signed December of 2023, so all of 24
Yes.
you were with the agency, and half the year,
Wow,
right?
I can't believe it's been that long. I can't believe
Yeah.
it's been
So, I mean, first of all, I appreciate it. There were times I remember I'd be like, is there something I'm supposed to be doing? Certainly there's an email. Certainly there's a
Right.
this. But it was like, no. So
Don't have to
all I
worry
do
anymore.
now is just manage Shari. Like it's a lot of
Yeah.
consulting,
Dude,
advising,
It's so
making
it's,
decisions.
it's so crazy to see how much there is like outside of
Yeah.
that other stuff.
Yeah.
Where I'm like, wow, you were doing even more because
Even
even
more.
now, like that last night, I don't know if you saw you had a missed call from me. That was me telling you, like, yeah, even after we from the podcast, like, it's a whole
I
lot.
saw that missed call
I
this
need
morning.
help. Like,
I saw the text message between you and your brother this
Yes.
morning. I'm like, why are they still up? But that's another story. But
Yeah.
it was a lot as far as doing that. But now, like, you'll be like, I need help
Yeah.
with this concept, or can you film it with me for this,
Yes.
or can you what have you. So I am glad I'm able to
Yes.
do that. But I want to talk about the fun
preach.
part of I remember when you first got recognized.
You know what? I'm sitting here trying to remember when was the very, very first.
Shari, me too, and I'm shocked
Because you may not
that I
have,
don't
it could
remember
have been
the
when you
very,
weren't with
very
me. It could have been a
first.
time. I want to say, Mom, it was when I was going to that place
Day
for the
in your life?
oxtail. No, there was one time I was going to the place for the oxtail, and somebody in there was like, "We came here because like we watched the videos," and I was like, I want
Do
to
you
say it
remember-
was there.
Do you remember when those people drove from Ohio?
Mom, that's what I'm talking. That's what I think it was.
To-
Because I came home and told you, like, Mom,
Let me ask
somebody
you this.
drove.
Was it a road trip that they were going to have anyway? And they said, let's pass through Atlanta and get those oxtails?
I don't know, but
Or
I want to,
was
Mom, I want to
Shari
say
be having people out
somebody
here
drove.
fiending. Even people who are your family members, your friends.
Auntie Lolo told me,
Auntie Lolo,
she said,
she's
Shari,
like,
I don't even like Zaxby's. Literally.
She said,
Shari,
but
I
you
went
had
and
me
bought
going out
Zaxby's.
getting a boneless
Ooh, as a matter
wing
of fact,
meal.
and come to think of it, I'm like, that's what I really should order myself to eat 6. So that'd
Yeah,
be fine.
but you would do that because of the way it looks. But those people were coming from all these different places.
It was crazy
just-
when it first started happening.
And then- And then I immediately, once I started being with you, first of all, I thought it was the cutest thing. Y'all,
Every
y'all are
single
amazing.
person.
There has
We
been
have not had
nobody
one
that has
bad
been ugly or
experience
negative. They're so
ever.
excited, and there are times where you could tell like
They like give, and
you're really making their day. Because there
they're
are
the
times I
best.
have seen it happen before they approach you, and either they're with somebody else and they're looking like they're trying to decide, should I approach
And the family member is
or not?
always the one being like, she's not gonna say anything because she's scared, but and
But
then
yeah,
they
she
come
loves
and
you
talk.
on
Yeah.
or what have you. And it's just, it makes my heart feel good to see how happy you make people.
And it's a fun interaction for me because it makes it really, they make it easy for me to reciprocate to them
Yes.
because they're very like
They're very caring.
energy.
And then I'll
I'm
start
I'm a
filming.
reflector. Like
Yeah.
I'm very much a mirror sometimes when it comes to people. So it's like whatever they're giving, I'm like, oh, I'm giving it right
Mhm.
back. Like
And
we're
you
laughing, we're
and that's the other
kicking.
thing. Being her mom, like there are times I would have to advocate for her when she doesn't advocate for herself in real time. Like when we went to New York and we went to that oxtail pizza place. And I was like, I'm always the one saying, I'm like, you
Oh.
want her to taste your pizza. She's a digital
Oh,
creator.
because
She
I'm
does
never
this for a
gonna like
living.
say it.
Like, but you're saying it like as if like, I mean, you're humble. You are.
It's just weird
But
for
it's
me to bring it
like,
up.
this is the business you're in. And sure enough,
He
before
was
we
the
know, we
best.
paid money for our pizzas.
For
He
all
gave
of
us
it.
all different kinds of pizza.
He was
You're
so
filming
cool.
it.
Let's just him real quick. He was like
He was super
everything.
cool. He was
He
super
really
cool.
was.
He let you taste it.
Mhm.
The film
them
we sent
salmon
it to him. He
bites.
was able to post it. But going from that manager role, I'm still mom. Like people are nice to you on social media for the most part.
Ooh.
But there are times people say stuff.
I'm actually glad you're
I'd
getting
be
into this.
like,
And I'm always like,
no,
and
you
mom,
didn't.
not too much on
I'm
it
like,
because
Shari, somebody says XYZ, and I'm about to say something.
mom, what the funny thing, because now we don't live together, but it would be this, like I could be in my room, you come in, bonnet on, Shari, because I'm looking at this and I'm like, and mom, and it's not even like that. Like, let's not even press
But
it.
no, I'm like,
I would
Shari,
just not
they
even
said
be
such and such. You'd be
caring.
like, Mom, I'll block them. Or Mom, don't worry about that.
I'm swift with the block button.
Or
Like,
don't give them attention.
yeah.
But it just would
I'm like,
bother
and that's
me.
what they want.
And
Like,
low key, this is even up until recent.
yeah.
What was that? Was it?
Oh, it's when I posted that video about like people having a problem with like immigrants coming to this country and how I feel like people don't care about if it's legal or not. I feel like people don't like immigrants. Like they don't, well, black and brown immigrants.
Right. And they're looking at you
And-
like, what are you doing here?
Yes. I'm like,
Yeah.
I don't think y'all care about if it's legal or not. I think ICE is crazy. I think separating families is crazy. And I don't care what you have to say about it. And I've read up on it, so not too much on it. And I'm not arguing with the soul because I know what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
And people were actually, most of the comments like were understanding.
Most of them were understanding.
But every now and then there was somebody in there who just like really wanted to get
forgot
buck
what
with
they
me. And I'm like, and I'm
said.
just not even gonna like.
They were talking as if you were an immigrant or something.
No, so there were people that they were like, so just because
about-
you da 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 da, and I'm like,
I'm trying to remember the one I was irritated
it
about.
could have been, I don't know, maybe they were saying that because I did say like right off rip, like I come from a family of immigrants, like I quite literally would not
Right.
be here.
But whatever it was,
Somebody
they
had said something like that.
they misunderstood in some of the stuff that you were saying.
Yeah. And you know what? I'm at a point, I'm like, and some people are just gonna have to misunderstand.
I know, child, but it's like not too much on her.
I
did
know,
not
you
like
hate
that.
it.
I didn't like some
know.
of them. I'm like, you're ignorant. I mean, all of them are ignorant that say some
Yeah.
ugly stuff, but sometimes it's just like I just wanted to set them straight.
Yeah, Cindy hates that too. She does not play behind it. And Cindy
I'm
will
surprised
say
she-
something like on TikTok.
Oh, she
Yeah.
will?
Yeah, because one time I had like posted something and somebody just made like a really condescending kind of comment where they like implied something about my character where it's like, how would you know? You know what I mean?
Right.
And I had like made a response video to it just saying like, girl, just go. Like if it's like really deep like that, like just go. And Sydney was like, yeah, because play with somebody else and not mine. And I'm like,
Play with your mama, don't play with mine.
she was like, and play with somebody else and not mine. Like, I'm pretty sure that was her comment. And I'm like, here goes
that was,
Sydney.
that was her
like,
energy, that was her vibe.
yes. Now,
Yeah.
the good thing is sometimes like other people will, I don't always have to do something because other people will just like do it for me.
When I tell you
Like,
something,
they don't play
you know what that is
behind
the
it.
equivalent to?
What?
Being a teacher in a classroom.
Oh, I know what you're going to say.
And you've said something 50 million times, or somebody says something and you just want to say something and another student says it for you.
Yeah.
Like it could be like, she said that already.
Yeah.
Why
It'll
aren't
give
you
this
listening?
like say like an instruction, say something.
All right, guys. So remember, we're preparing to do this lab. And don't forget, when we do the lab, Everybody's got to tie their hair back and make sure you have your aprons on and closed-toe shoes.
And then the student will be like, so what are we supposed to do? Another student will be like, she said tie your hair back, apron, and closed-toe shoes. She said it's so
I love it.
Like it's that energy too.
It's that energy.
Like and
I used to be like, what she said.
That right. You're like that.
Mm-hmm.
And it's
like
always
so
that
especially
type.
when it's something that's like that's on a more nice level.
Yes.
But when it's something that's like, I really want to say, and I don't say stuff like you're stupid or but like there are times where it's like that really was just like a stupid statement.
And the students will say that to each other.
Yeah.
They'll be like, y'all stupid. Y'all don't even
Because I was one of those there's no stupid questions kind of
Yeah.
person. But that was because I just wanted to, I don't like people to feel restricted. Like if this is a learning environment, let's learn.
I was gonna say it's because you foster growth and learning, and you realize that will
Did you just say I
stunt
foster
it.
growth and learning?
You
Oh,
do. Because
I thought I had on my growth shirt.
oh please, you were like ready to like say something.
My never
like,
stop growing shirt. That was another podcast.
Oh my
guys.
god. But no, you realize that kind of thing stops it. Also, we've talked about this before. Like when it comes to like name calling, that's just never your tea.
Yeah.
My
mom didn't like it.
Don't.
That's just not something that.
Oh my gosh, which is why as an adult, and Sydney's the same way, because I talked about this with her. I'm like, when you see, for example, like reality TV is like really, I guess, the only reference I have because I don't see it in real life a lot or just on social media. I'll like see a couple like argue down and they're doing like crazy name calling. And for whatever reason, it seems like everybody around feels like it's normal, or at least them two in it. And every time I would be like, am I missing something? Is it just like I was like, maybe it's a maturity thing on my part that like, you know what, Shari, you're just not used to it. And I was like, no, you just raised us very much so like name calling, absolutely not. So when I hear it, I'm like, oh my gosh, like you can't accept that.
That was a norm, no name calling.
It was a norm, like no name calling. So now when I hear name calling, I'm like, when I tell you like biggest deal breaker, that's a
Here's
huge
the thing about it,
deal
about
for
name
me.
calling. It's common, but it's toxic.
Yeah, I think
Like
that's what I'm realizing.
it's one of those things that's very common. And people look at you like, well, so what? Everybody name calls. And sometimes that drives me crazy when people say, everybody this, everybody that. Just because everybody doesn't mean it's okay.
Yeah.
Doesn't mean it's healthy.
I don't like it. It's a little too common for me.
Yeah.
And I'm like,
I know that's right. But I was just going to say, as I was sitting over here looking at you, thinking about when you said how far you've come, like
we've come. So.
One aspect of it is, I step back into the mom role in a different way where I'm like, I'm really proud of her. Like, and we've mentioned this throughout, maybe in a podcast, but Shari has always been, every kid has certain things about them, that are very unique. Shari has just always been that kid where you're just like, what is she going to be? Like, nothing wrong with, I want to be a teacher, I want to be a doctor, I want to be a lawyer, I want to be a this, I want to be that. We just knew she was going to do something different. Of course, she wanted to be a model. She wanted to be an actress.
I wanted to have a bakery.
She wanted to have a bakery.
But that was because I used to watch a lot of Cake Boss, and like Buddy Valastro was like my king, like my icon, and I wanted to be just like him.
And you loved to niche
and
down.
Then I'm like, that was it for me.
Yeah, she wanted to be a baker.
But that was a phase.
And yeah, but throughout all of it, I would hear her. I never would get overwhelmed like, oh my gosh, what are you thinking now? I just knew her mind was just always open to different things. You would like humor me,
but not even in like a humoring
so,
me kind of way.
So it was always like, I remember her auntie's like, I can't wait to see what Shari's going to be because it's going to be something. Woo! And so to see you just doing what you love, like you said when you were younger, I would love to get paid to eat.
Yeah.
And you get paid to eat.
I did used to say
that. There's nothing better than when a parent, she took it off of what you call it. So does that mean this?
No.
Wait.
Back up.
Almost. Okay.
Back up.
That's good. We're going through these quicker than I thought. There's nothing better than a parent looking at their children and smiling and being proud because you're doing better than I did. And some people might look at that like jealousy. I'm sure in some lanes that's an issue where a parent would be jealous of their child. But I'm not going to be jealous of you. Why would I be jealous of something that I poured into?
Mm-hmm.
Like that was an intentional thing.
Yours has
I
always
w-
been one of excitement. Like you've always like in me and Sydney when we
yeah,
do
for sure.
anything, you're like yes, yes, yeah. Like you
Yeah.
just
Well, because
yeah,
I realize the power of empowerment. Like I'm in a position where you're gonna make mistakes,
right,
but I'm in a position where I can help you avoid some of the major mistakes that I made, whether it be
yeah,
emotionally, socially, financially, like to know that I can put you up on some game that I'm just finding out about so
right,
that you can
right.
thrive at a younger age.
Mm-hmm.
That's huge for me.
Yeah, because I used to wonder when I was like a kid, because I used to look at you and be like, how did mom like? Why are you laughing?
It's just so cute
Well,
listening to
because
you.
I
Like,
would just wonder
I used to
like,
wonder.
mom was able to have kids uh build a house, like move, be in another house, and like do all these things. I'm like, dang, like how do you build a life? I used to always think like, how am I going to build a life? Like,
Moment by
how's
moment. That's how you do
literally?
it.
And I mean, now that I'm 26, I don't know, I'm realizing that, and there's still a
Mhm.
whole lot more to
Now,
go. But I'm like, how does
yeah,
that even
right. Like when I
happen?
say you build a life moment by moment, don't get it twisted. It's kind of like that duck in the water where she looks like she's just like floating through the water,
Mm-hmm.
but her little
Feet
feet are just
moving.
flapping away.
Yeah.
And so for me, there's a lot of planning. Honestly, that's how I became. When I was in high school, I was a huge procrastinator. I still got that I have to work on.
I'm
I'm not
literally
gonna claim it on
procrastination.
myself like that, but I can lean in that direction if I'm not careful. But my need to, get it right and not drop the ball, especially if somebody else is depending on me, that's huge. And so with you guys, I'm like, it ain't just me anymore. I think that's why it's
Right.
easy when it's just you. It's so easy to kind of
It
like,
is because there's nobody relying on
there's nobody
you.
relying on you. If anybody feels it, you're the one that feels it.
Mm-hmm.
So for you guys, if we're taking a trip to Atlanta back then and we're going to Six Flags, then I'm gonna make sure I got the gas money. Let me make sure they got their outfits for, to go on, for the summer, make sure we got the summer clothes.
Ooh, I
Like,
love that.
so when I say moment by moment, it's not like flying by the seat of my pants, but it's like you just do it.
It's what you mean is like Rome wasn't built in a day. Like it's step by step, moment by moment, time by
Yeah, like
time,
when you look
as
back
things
on
come
it,
up.
you're looking at a series of things.
Yes, I'm looking at it as all one thing, but it,
Yeah.
it literally is a series of things for
Yeah.
sure.
Yeah, but it's all one thing, but it's all these things within your memory, right?
Yes,
And
yes.
so for me, I was literally he's not about to pee, is he? The way he's
No,
sitting.
Jared's
That's
outside, so he's not gonna relax until she
okay.
comes back.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, like
Wow.
when people leave his space, he's like, so when are you
Oh,
coming
he's
back?
so sensitive to it.
He is.
But yeah, I just was like, I know what I want for my children.
You
And I
did.
didn't want to get in the way of
Mm.
it. You know what
Oh,
I'm
like
saying?
you be the
Like I don't want to be the reason.
reason.
And so like when me and your dad broke
I would have
up,
never thought of that in life.
I became hyper vigilant. I became hyper vigilant.
Hypervigilant.
And
Hyper.
yeah,
Mhm.
I just was very much so, oh, I gotta do this. These girls can't suffer. Cause I have
Yeah.
to be honest with you. A lot of things happen and I have grace for people. Like
Mhm.
people be going through, but I just don't believe if at all possible, children shouldn't have to suffer for the huge mistakes of parents. Like
Yeah.
I'm not gonna do everything perfectly, but I'm talking about like if I can avoid traumatic things for you guys, like we never had, and I never because my mom took the money and spent it on XYZ. Like I didn't want that to be your story. I
Yeah.
wanted to be when I looked out in the audience, my mom was there. When I had, you know, when I had to, stay after school for tutoring, she picked me up. When I had to do this, she was there. If there was a class t-shirt, she made sure I had the class t-shirt.
And there's a little shade on top of that. And there is. It's fine. And I guess you have the
What's
right to
what's
say
the
it.
shade?
Because last time we filmed, we talked about that with me not telling you about like whether it's field trip or class t-shirt, and you're like, and you're spending my money for me, and you're a kid, and da da da. And I'm
Oh, she
like,
went bye-bye.
okay, Yanni's gone.
I don't think she did that
Maybe it
on
was on
purpose.
accident. Maybe her phone or
Yeah, I
something
think it was by
died.
accident. But yeah,
Ooh.
because at the end of the day, and I think any moms who are watching, like you don't ever want to feel like your kids are doing without. Not in a
Yeah.
way of, some people say they want to spoil their kids. That's not me. But if you want to think of it as a spoiling way, based on my description, like I just wanted to make sure, don't get me wrong now, I want them to appreciate
For
everything
sure.
they had, but yet I also wanted to make sure the things that you don't have to struggle for that were not necessarily critical to your
Criticals.
character, I'm gonna make sure you have it. But if it was like a character
Yeah.
building thing, like, no, you're not about to get a brand new car.
Yeah.
No shade against anybody who's doing that for their kids,
Yeah.
because you're capable.
I love my little.
Yeah, I never even got you the car. My brother handed it down to you.
And I was so excited.
And you know what? That was a
That
huge
car
blessing.
has-
When you think about it, that's huge. That was huge.
I was so excited for that little 2004 Toyota Camry. Okay.
And the fact that you're still driving it.
Still driving it to this day. still driving.
Listen, if any of y'all out here were to see
'Cause
her
why
out
not?
here in these streets, you would be shocked. Her Toyota,
It'd be me and that
she
Toyota.
barely has any paint on the hood.
Yeah.
It's burnt from the sun.
And
It's
mom, truth be
crisp.
told, I could have got a new car.
I know you could have.
Been.
You could have bought the car that he bought. Remember the BMW
yeah.
convertible that he
Yeah.
has?
I could
You
have
could have bought
it.
that. But I love that. So I think that's a perfect thing. Like, I love
Mhm.
that about you. Like, throughout all of this, looking at you, you're still so humble. You're still
humble.
so, and even when I say stuff, when I talk about you being humble, you get silly. You'll change the conversation. You'll do all kind of stuff. Just sit in it.
You'll change
You're
the
you're very
conversation.
humble. Like, you don't get caught up in like, oh yeah, you never act too funny for people to recognize you. Like, you can't stop and speak, or you can't stop and take a picture. You never you don't overdo things. You're not overspending. You're just,
You think I'm
if anything, when it first started, I'm like, Shari, you can buy that for yourself.
And I would be
Shari,
like,
you need
but
such
I'm
and
gonna go
such?
broke tomorrow if I do that. Like, I would
Right.
be
You
scared.
hypervigilance.
Carter, no, oh yeah, no,
You
no,
were
no, no, no,
like,
no, no.
Carter.
He was almost smart. He almost like went around like he knew.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
He's making sure Jared's all right.
Jared, he was not okay while you were gone.
Oh,
Deanna's calling
yeah,
back.
Deanna's calling there.
Oh, she has a surprise? What is it? Say it,
What's the
Deanna.
surprise? Now, laters.
She got you not. Oh my gosh. And see, I said maybe Jared just has a phone call or something. That's what I
Wait,
thought. I said maybe she
did
has an
you
important phone call.
Wait, just bring me the bag. The people need to see. Look at
Whoa,
him.
Carter. Jerry, did that catch him?
Did you just
Oh my
DoorDash
gosh.
these snacks?
Carter thinks
From
everything is for
Texas?
him.
Let me tell you something, Deanna.
Deanna.
Why do I feel emotion about to rise up in me?
Aw,
Let me tell you why.
that's your goddaughter.
I just love when people are so like, you hear me and you see me.
Yes.
I wasn't necessarily wanting it,
Mm-hmm.
but like, these are the kind of gifts, like, this
Yes.
matters.
Yes.
She DoorDashed, my producer DoorDashed a pack of Now Laters. We've been talking about that during the show. Carter's all in it. We talked about Red Hots. We talked about Werther's.
Deanna, that's like actually insane.
Grandma's
Thank you
candy
so
at the bottom of your
much.
church purse.
Oh my god.
Did we mention Lemonheads, or you just threw this in for the old school? Girl, I love me some Lemonheads.
She does love lemon heads.
This
do love
reminds me of
lemon
my
heads.
childhood. And wait, La pièce de résistance for you.
Thank you.
The strawberry wrapper. Turn it around so that people can see it. Oh my god.
And this is actually perfect because I'm very old lady and I'm the type like I'll give it out of my purse. Like, oh, it's
Deanna,
perfect.
this was like, this was top tier.
Thank you, Deanna.
Like, thank you so much.
It's because
this is something Jimmy, my husband, would have done.
yes, to be
Like,
loved is to be known, and that's what it. Carter,
Carter.
he is insane. Carter, down,
Wait.
down.
Let me say this.
Oh, Deanna, I'm
She
like
said they didn't have the banana popsicles.
banana popsicles. I wonder if they even still
And
make
then
those.
Gerald
in the
was
first
in
place.
cahoots. All of
Jared
y'all
was
were
in cahoots. I just figured, I'm like, oh, maybe she just has something important, like a phone call or something. Like,
Let
I
me
didn't
tell you,
think,
when
I was not
somebody
thinking of
cares
that.
enough- Ooh, the apple
Child,
is
let
in
me
here.
get one,
Sorry, we got to
child.
try it on film. The apple is good. I don't know if
Apple
you've had-
annihilator?
You've never had
The thing is, when it comes to
green
annihilators,
apple.
like,
Green apple.
oh, that's another flavor that I don't really mess with. Like green apple and watermelon.
You don't like green apple?
No.
Okay, wait.
There's something about it. I don't know.
You've gotta
I've
do
never
this
been like a
with
huge fan.
me.
I will try one
But
though.
okay, what I was gonna say is, I think this would be a cute story while we're wrapping this up and
Now, Carter, sit.
finishing up. When I was dating Jimmy, it was a long distance relationship. He was in Huntsville, and I was here, and so there was commuting going on. But early on, the commuting wasn't every weekend. And I remember Shari was in cheerleading, and Shari had her first game. She made the team. Shari had her first game, but he had to go back to work. He had just been here for the weekend and had to go back to work. And I think it was like a Tuesday.
It wasn't no
It was
Friday.
midweek.
Yeah.
I'm like, man, I hate you're not gonna be there. I get to Shari's game. Shari looks at me. She's trying to tell me something.
Mind you, he told me not to say.
He told her not to say anything. Jimmy's at the game in the bleachers. When I tell you,
He drove like 4 hours just to
he
be there
drove
for a
4
night.
hours. He was just here the 2 days before.
Yep.
But he did a turnaround. He left work, drove 4 hours to Atlanta to watch her game. We went to Zaxby's. He spent the night
And drove
and
back
got
early
up
in the
early
morning
the next morning
to
go
get to
back
work. Mm-hmm. He still does stuff like that too.
This was on that level of like, oh my gosh, like you.
Yeah.
Even though I was just talking about
Yeah.
Candy, it's the fact that she thought enough to do it.
I was gonna say it's the thought.
And she's all the way in Texas.
It really is the thought.
Even though DoorDash is
Tiani,
here.
oh my God.
Wow, what a wonderful way
I know, right?
to wrap up
What
this.
a wonderful world, huh?
And one thing about, let me tell y'all a secret. For those of you who are not now later heads, you can't
Yeah,
have
I
just
can't
one.
finish it.
You can't finish it?
Here's the thing about now and laters, and I
Because
said
you're not a Gen X.
I said I'm not gonna say anything until I've had it because maybe it's been a while. There's always been like a bit of a an element that's a little too waxy for me for whatever reason. I just can't like.
Now later, people rise up.
Ugh.
Rise up in these comments.
I'll never forget having one in
She
Auntie
has no
Keisha's
idea.
car like years ago. Like
Huh?
I remember having some in Auntie Keisha's car. Kennedy had them, and I remember eating them, and I was like, I'm not the audience for it, but you love them. But
Oh my
I
gosh.
love
Okay, so for all
these.
this candy, I think I definitely want the Werthers in the now later.
I will have.
You want the
I
Red
want
Hot?
some of the Werthers though to put in my.
I
Like
guess-
we're gonna have to do an
Girl, I
exchange.
feel like there's 5 of them in here.
We're gonna have to do an exchange.
Oh, these are soft.
Those are the soft ones.
They're the soft caramel.
I do like the soft ones.
Or was this one of those?
Ooh,
where
you wanna
how
know
when
what's
send them-
good?
when you send them to go get stuff, the DoorDasher, and they're like,
Please, no.
we can't find the ones that you're looking
Right.
for.
You know what's good? Those caramel apple lollipops. They don't. Those only come around like during Halloween, like whatever. I don't
That's
even
what
see
I had.
them.
No, that was strawberry.
I don't even see them as often anymore. Like that's one of
Mhm.
those times, and I don't even like apple flavored stuff because I feel like I don't know the flavor don't really taste like apple.
Mhm.
Those caramel apple lollipops taste like a caramel apple for real,
That's true.
and that's why they're good. Woo!
There's 5. There's the serving size is 5 pieces, and it's about 2 servings, so there are 10 pieces in here.
Okay.
So we will split these.
So we will split it.
Are you interested in Red Hots or Lemon Heads at all?
I'm interested in. We'll see. don't know.
Oh,
We'll
this
see
was
because I
great.
gotta
All
see.
right, thank you,
This
Jerry,
was.
Jara,
Oh my
Auntie
gosh.
Ani.
Wait, Jerry, did you know it was happening? Wait, he was the one that said there was gonna be a surprise. Yes, he said he knew.
It doesn't be a surprise. I was like,
Look at y'all texting and
I
John.
was like, why did she go away just like
Is that why she went away? Oh,
Oh, that's right. He always gets lost.
I usually give instructions.
She
I
gives
have
instructions because this is a new
Wait,
subdivision.
because actually clocked Jerry was smooth because there was no even like look on his face of trying to figure out what to say. There was no moment of like, oh well, we were just like, oh, Deani's gone, and Jerry was like, oh, like nothing changed. I didn't suspect a thing.
he
That
didn't
was
have
good.
to. He didn't have to lie about it.
Thank you.
He just was like, Oh, who said her phone could have went dead? You did?
Me. I was like, oh, her phone probably went dead. I'm used to that with like FaceTime
No,
and stuff.
it didn't look like it went dead. I didn't know what it was. I certainly didn't think it was this.
Oh, I didn't see it happen.
Wait, isn't the number on your house?
This is what I'm actually so glad you said this, Deani. This is why I am the way that I am.
No, don't
when
look
I'm
for
here,
reasons.
Well, wait.
Don't look for reasons.
Wait. And let me just say my little one too. Now, when I was living with y'all, that was me just being like, where are they? Like, I'm hungry. I'm ready for it to come. But here, if I don't keep my eyes on the prize, they might deliver it to the wrong house. Like, you really got to tell them. But I don't know why they don't look at the house.
But where's
numbers.
the number?
It's like it's in the front. It's on the front of the house, like
But-
next to the door in a large enough
next to the
print.
door, and they probably don't look at that.
They
might
don't,
email it.
and
Guys,
that's maybe what it is.
So this has been So Tell Me This Sunday.
This has been.
I'm Rachel.
And I'm Shari, and we'll see you next Sunday.
Bye.
We'll see you next Sunday.
Girl, I had the stretchy going on.
That's how them teachers used to talk when I was growing up.